People should not have to go through stuff like this for them to smarten up and to act on the threat that dogs present to our society.
We are now hearing from a woman attacked by a pack of pit bulls while walking to a store. She's sharing her story from the hospital as she recovers from injuries so shocking we've had to blur them. We're also seeing the attack as it happened for the first time.
News 4's Amaya Ward joins us now with the new video. Amaya, we have to warn everyone out there, this story is disturbing.
It is, Heather. So if you have children in the room, you may want to have them leave. Amparo Geimausaddle says she was walking through her neighborhood when she noticed several dogs down the street. She told me what happens next has left her fearful to ever walk again. In new doorbell camera video, you can hear Amparo Geimausaddle screaming for help as she's mauled by a pack of dogs.
In broad daylight, you see this truck roll by. Truck just rolled by. That couldn't have been me. Especially broad daylight, I'm always on the lookout for dogs. Always on the lookout, even if I'm driving. Okay, this on their Ring doorbell. I don't see how she could have been mauled for this long.
In new doorbell camera video, you can hear Amparo Geimausaddle screaming for help as she's mauled by a pack of dogs.
I started screaming.
You see where one of her lacerations are, don't you? These things try to kill you every time they attack you. Instinctively, they go after that part of your neck.
Screaming. No one heard me, I guess. No one was around.
Amparo says she was walking to pay a bill days before Christmas when she came face to face with the dogs near Southeast 49th and Lindsay.
They all turned and looked at me. And they started running up to me.
She tried to fight them off.
What made me fight was for my kids. All I could think of is just to get them off of me.
Finally, a neighbor.
Okay, now you see, it sounds like she saw them from a distance. She said they started running up to her. Had she been armed, I think she would have been okay. This was a perfect time to be armed. But if you know there's dogs in the neighborhood, you don't go anywhere unarmed.
All I could think of is just to get them off of me.
Finally, a neighbor came to help.
The authorities came. I was in a state of shock.
Amparo's husband didn't know what happened until he called police after she didn't return home. They told him she'd been attacked. Amparo says she loves to walk and always sees dogs in her neighborhood, but never expected this.
They wouldn't really do much, but this time they did.
Now, she's one of those people who walk for therapy, because it helps you, it boosts your mood. You release, feel good hormones. But now her life's about to change, seriously change.
To walk and always sees dogs in her neighborhood, but never expected this.
They wouldn't really do much, but this time they did.
Now, this is the hard part of this story. She was aware of the threat. She saw him all the time, aware of the threat, but never act. She never acted on the possibility that they would get loose and try to attack her. Why? Why? We have to take dogs seriously. These are killers. Killers, not Rover. I know we all got it in the back of our head that dogs are not supposed to attack us, and that is so abnormal. Even though you're seeing dogs barking at you every time you walk, you think, oh, it'll never happen. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Y'all better practice cynophobia. Okay? It's nothing wrong with you if you prepare to avoid things like this.
But never expected this.
They wouldn't really do much, but this time they did. I walk every day. It's my normal thing. It's like my therapy.
Her injuries.
She's telling the truth. because I use exercise for therapy too. So now her life is really about to change because she's not going to be able to walk outside. It's going to be hard. She better go with her husband. But I'm telling you, walking is not the same if you're indoors. She can't just get a treadmill and put in some miles. She's one of those people. She's an outdoor person. So her life's about to drastically change.
Thing is like my therapy.
Her injuries now include a tear to a main artery in her arm and a chunk taken out of her ankle. She'll need a skin graft soon, and there's no telling when she'll get to leave the hospital. In the meantime, she's hoping for change.
For the animal welfare to respond when there is a call and need. Especially if they've been notified 3 times by me.
No. Okay, she reported loose dogs in the area. Here, listen.
Especially if they've been notified 3 times by me about loose dogs around the neighborhood.
Okay, look. Let's say they responded after she made those calls. Let's say after the first time she called, they respond and picked up the dogs. Second time, she saw more dogs, picked up those dogs. Third time, picked up those dogs. That fourth time, you getting attacked. Because dogs are still legal and still in the community. That does not remove the problem. That's not prevention for animal control to show up after they're called. Okay, this don't stop people from being attacked.
Welfare confirms it picked up the dogs. They were quarantined for 10 days and had no signs of rabies. The owner never came forward, so those dogs will soon be put down.
Okay, and then he can just get some more. See what I mean?
Here's some good news when it comes to wildfires. 2023 was a year.
Who knows? He may still be able to get those dogs back, especially if it's the first time those dogs have launched an attack. Now, I'm not sure. I don't know if she owns a dog or if she's a dog lover. But just like Jacqueline Duran, Brooklyn Curry, and all the other victims, they're being called on to join the crusade. You are supposed to now be an anti-dog person. At the very least, an anti-bully breed person. At the very least, I don't think there's any excuse not to. This could have been a child, as it usually is. It's usually kids who are the victims, some 50% of the time. No reason why she should not speak against the ownership of these things. The ownership, not for animal control to come out swiftly. I don't care if they came out instantly. You're still dealing with a threat and you could still be mutilated. Look at this moment. From what I understand, she did not call animal control as she was being attacked. Yeah, they may have came and picked up those dogs, but when animal control picks up dogs, they usually give them back to the owner if the owner comes up to claim them. That would not have guaranteed that those dogs wouldn't have been there on that day when she walked through the store. The problem is dogs in the community, and you all know full well that especially applies to the fighting breed that was bred to attack and to be bloodthirsty. These people are not serious about safety until all bully breeds are banned.